Hi everyone, my name is Alex Surro, and welcome to the Validating Podcast, a radio show that strives to make any listener smile. Each episode will feature a new guest who will share what makes them unique. Filled with fun games, exciting questions, and inspiring stories, this podcast is aimed towards encouraging anyone to be happy and confident with who they are. As always, comments are encouraged and positivity will always be appreciated. For now, let's sit back, relax, and get on with this week's episode. I hope you all enjoy the Validating Podcast. Hi everyone, welcome to the 11th episode of the Validating Podcast and the last installment of the Love Star Month. I can't believe that's almost over, but I'm excited for today for two new guests, and they are great guests, I have to say. As always, this podcast is aimed towards making everyone smile. Whoever you are out there, I would love to bring happiness into your life. This pair of cast members are very near and dear to my heart. They were meant to play best friends in the show. I cast them as such, and I think it's fair to say that they became closer because of this pair of casting decisions by me. Not to brag, but I'm very pleased with that. They are good friends now. I'm good friends with both of them, I hope, I just love hanging out with them and chatting like we're going to do today. They're both lovely people. They're hardworking, motivated to do what's best for themselves, but also those around them. First up is my incredible, intelligent, and intuitive friend. She is so heartwarming, and her sense of humor is unique. And it's not usually what I consider to make me laugh, but whenever she does it, it just fills me with joy. Her perspective on life is inspiring. She always kind of gives me what I need in life. She really cares about the people around her, and she's so authentic. She is Sam.
Hi.
Hello, Sam. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, Alex.
Of
Thank you
course.
for your kind words. So sweet.
I always try. Let's introduce our other guest for today. She is genuine, generous, and gentle. She is always smiling when I see her. She's always looking on the bright side of situations. She inspires everyone around her to be resilient and determined and so in the moment with what she's working on. Whether it's backstage, on stage, she's always ready to go, always with her pencil, ready to make notes. And it just makes me very happy. I actually feel fortunate, too, that she is the next vice president of the Hilltop Players, and very deservedly so. So I was able to pass the torch to someone that I fully believe in. So she is Sabrina.
Hello. Oh, my God. That was so sweet. Hi, I'm Sabrina.
Hello, Sabrina. Welcome to the podcast.
I'm so happy to be here.
Happy to have you. So let's get started with some introductions because I obviously know you too, but for someone that is watching and they're like, who are these people? And I thought Sabrina could introduce herself first and then Sam follow.
Yes, I want to try and do my OL intro.
Yes, please do.
I was like, I have to. Okay. Hi, guys. My name is Sabrina Grammatic. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am a junior English major with a minor in communication arts from Leicester, Massachusetts. And on campus, I am, like Alex said, going to be the vice president of the Hilltop Players. And I'm also a security desk attendant.
Nice. Good work. Sam, can you follow that?
Oh, never. My name is Samantha Stefanski. I normally go by Sam. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am an English major with a secondary ed minor. I am a resident assistant in Korean Hall Towers as of right now, applying to be an ARA for next year in one of the buildings. I'm also a security desk attendant, usually floating around campus. I was in Hilltop last year. Hopefully I will be in there next year as well when we are in person, as I would love to be. Yeah.
Awesome. That was pretty good. Thank you, Sam. And I love this podcast for multiple reasons, but one of them is to catch up with my friends who I haven't seen in forever. And Sam, I didn't know that you were applying to be an ARA. That's amazing. So best of luck to you. I'm fingers crossed for that. And also you mentioned education. I'm wearing my Framingham State College of Education shirt today because I was doing a panel and I was like, I'm going to change. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm going to stick to the yellow. So anyway, I also ask this every single time. On a scale, first, how are you guys? And be as honest as you want because I want to validate whatever's going on. So whatever you want to share to the public, please do so. Sam, you can start and Sabrina follow.
Oh, good. I'm okay. I was really stressed last week, but I'm a lot better this week. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, probably an 8, which is like, yes, high, but finals are coming, so, and a lot of papers, all the English classes are hitting me. But yeah, I'm good, doing good. Nothing to complain about.
Good. Glad to hear it. Sabrina, I see you're snapping along. You agree?
Yes, the papers. Yeah, so this week has been a little stressful for me. For a lot of different reasons. It's been getting better as the week goes on, but I really feel it when Sam was like the English papers I'm in the 4+1 program, so some of my classes are like 800 levels. And so I have to write a 20-page paper for one of my classes, and it's the first time I've written a 20-page paper, and I'm like, I don't want to write this. But I would say I'm at an 8 just because, yeah, we are getting to like the end of the semester, but not too bad. Like Sam said, not much to complain about, really.
Okay, good. That's awesome. And what I love about both of you is that you are optimistic. So you're saying I'm stressed, but that's okay. We'll get through it. Good. What makes you you? And I know that's not an easy question to answer all the time because you don't know. You are yourself and you can't really explain that. But Sabrina, if you can give it a shot, just what makes you stand out of the crowd?
What makes me me? Well, I'm super funny and smart and pretty, but also really humble. No. I guess I would say I'm pretty sensitive most of the time, I would say, and I've always kind of struggled with that being like a good or a bad thing. But I would say it definitely sometimes does make me stand out. So that's my answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Sam?
I would say 2 things. My sense of humor, which a little weird. It's gotten weirder this year. And also for a good and bad trait, I would say my empathy, because which is great as an RA because I know I'm someone that they can come to, but sometimes I burn myself out before, put myself down before other people because I just want to help everyone and do everything. But definitely that would put me aside from other people.
Yes, I agree 100%. And if you see me doing this, this is a Me Too symbol. Some people don't know it, and I'm just here doing this for some reason. It's a very common thing in 2nd grade right now. But anyway, I agree with the, like, if you're working so hard to, one, do everything, what is it? Not just good, but great. Like, we want to do everything to the best of our ability, plug every hole, make sure that every single person is okay before we worry about ourselves. And I think us as a triangle are very like prone to do that. And it's just, I don't know, it's who we are. That's how we were brought up. And it's nice. And I think it's a very good trait to have to an extent. But then there's some times where we just need to relax and take time for ourselves. So.
Yeah, I totally get that. Burnout is real.
It is. So whoever's struggling with that, you're not alone. Don't worry. And then lastly, what does validating mean to you, both of you? And I ask my guests every single time because I get a different answer every single time. So Sam, if you have an answer, I'd love to hear it.
Validating, like, I feel like someone who validates somebody else is somebody who you're listening to them and you're also empathetic. Like, you understand what they're going through, but you're also letting them have their moment, and you're saying, okay, what you're going through is real, but I'm not going to overstep what you're going through with something that I'm going through. Like, you're like, I understand, but you have your moment and you're good. That's what I think validating is.
Yeah, great. Sabrina?
Yeah, I totally get that. Sometimes, kind of piggybacking off of what you said, like sometimes people feel the need to one up.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that a lot when you said that, but some people are like, yes, what you're going through is hard, but mine is harder. And it's like, well, thank you. That really doesn't help me. But I guess validating to me would be like feeling like you're not crazy. Like sometimes you can feel like you're really it's not right for you to feel that way, but when someone validates you, it makes it feel like it's more normal, like you're more grounded and it's real and that your emotions are real. So I think it's really good to validate other people's emotions because it really helps them kind of feel more normal with how they feel.
Definitely. I love that. Both of those answers were great. And I love that you did piggyback off Sam's comment because, like, it's just, I don't know. I think it's so important where we are very selfish people sometimes, where I myself do this, where if I hear a story, I'm like, wait, I have a story like that. And then I just want to tell it. But sometimes it's all about listening, and just, especially when it's an issue that someone's dealing with, it's important to hear them out and to kind of put them, like, you don't want to put yourself in their shoes because that could get messy too. But it's more of just like listening and just being like, that is hard. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Awesome. I'm like so happy right now because this is like a great space. Like, virtually, obviously, we're not in the same space, but you know what I mean. So with that being said, we have 4 games lined up and then our little reflection. So we'll start with one word at a time. So the way this game is going to work, I played it with Betta and Eric a couple weeks ago, where I would ask them questions, and it seemed easy at first, but the trick is that Sam and Sabrina will have to alternate their words. So if I ask Sam the question, she has the first word, and then Sabrina will add in the second word, Sam third word, Sabrina the fourth word. So we're just going to jump into it and see what happens. So I'll ask Sam first to start the first word. What do you like most about Framingham State University?
Would you say the thing
that
I
love
about
Framingham
State
University
is
the
people
and
the
professors.
period.
Yeah, good. Okay, that wasn't
good.
horrible. My favorite thing is like mapping out who's actually going to have to answer, because you can do the full sentence and then it's like...
You can like postpone it and it's like, you think of it because you just add like words to it.
Right. But yes, I agree. The people and the professors are very good.
That actually ended up being a coherent answer. I was pretty proud of that one.
Mm-hmm. Starting off strong. Okay, Sabrina, how do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
I
don't
mind
the
pineapple
on
pizza. I don't mind pineapple on pizza, personally. As soon as I saw your face, I was like, oh no.
You know what I learned? You don't eat pineapple. Pineapple eats you because it's very acidic. And every time I eat it, I think about that. It like takes off chunks of your skin in your mouth. And that's why
I'm afraid of pineapple.
That was such a teacher thing to say.
Yes.
Doesn't eat you. Okay. Sam, you can start. What do you like to do in your free time?
Oh, I
like
to
spend
my
time
doing
activities
such
as
puzzles.
Nice.
Oh, are we still going? Or are we ending it at puzzles?
We can end at puzzles.
I like puzzles, so that's a good one.
Good. Sabrina, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I
see
myself
being
a
model
and
perhaps
also
a
pilot. We're going to be really successful in 10 years.
A model and a pilot. Are you going to be like a...
we model in the airplane.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They're going to take pictures too. Okay, I did not know that about you two.
Yeah, there's a lot you don't know about us, Alex, so...
Clearly.
We're starting our own airline, so... Yep.
Sabrina in the Sky. It's catchy. I like it.
Oh, well.
Okay. Sam, you start. What's stressing you out currently?
I
Am
stressed
about
writing
papers
longer
than
one.
page.
This is amazing.
We
This is
just came
working.
together on that
We felt that.
one.
See, I would have said longer than one sentence.
Yeah, you're right.
That first sentence is always the hardest, I think. That wraps up one word at a time. You did pretty well. You can talk normally now. Don't worry. All the questions I'll ask are good. Was that fun? Did you enjoy that game?
That was a fun game. That was interesting. I think it was interesting, especially with the pineapple and pizza one, where it's questions where it's like we differ on opinions.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we gonna end up saying? Ooh. That was good.
Very good. All right, we'll move right along. This is the most self-centered game I have on this podcast. It's called Who Knows Me Best? I played this with Bridget and Caitlin and like long ago, episode 4, and all it was I came up with questions about myself, and I'm going to quiz my friends on how well they know me. And the catch is that you can have multiple choice, but only if you both agree on it. So if Sabrina knows it and she's writing it down, and Sam's like, I don't know, then that's just that.
Should I write this down?
Yes. So I have 7 questions. I did 12 with Bridget and Caitlin, and it ran for so long. So we're going to do 7 today. And again, like I said, if you want multiple choice, please let me know. But if the other party doesn't agree, then you're on your own.
Okay.
Number 1. What object do I keep in the side pocket of my backpack? Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Water bottle. Water bottle. Okay. I should have specified. Yes, water bottle is correct. So both you get a point. But there's one more thing that I was hoping, but it's a deck of cards.
Oh, darn.
But no, water
We're
bottle.
like, he's a hydrated king, so.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that was in the Love Star. That's what Austin did too, where he kept it in the same spot
Aw.
every single time. All right,
Love it.
next one. How many semesters out of the 8 that I've been at FSU, how many have I been on campus for?
Uh,
And that includes this one right now. Do you have an answer, Sam?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
2, 1, reveal. All 8 of them, 7 semesters. Sabrina got that one right. I am
Yes,
home right
because
now.
this semester you're not on campus.
Very nice.
Oh my god, then who did I yell at the other day? I went, Alex! And they didn't turn around. I'm like, oh, he must have headphones in. So there I was, looking like an absolute buffoon. Happens.
Well, now I'm so sad. Okay, yeah, that was not me.
I often
Unless
ass out of myself, so
it was on a Wednesday or a Monday when I get COVID tested.
it could have been.
I love how it was like, then who did I yell at?
2-1, Sabrina's lead.
Uh,
Number 3, how many summers or what year of summer? So, yeah, how many years have I worked at a summer camp? But like the range of years that I've worked at a summer
so
camp.
from this year to this year?
Right,
you would say?
and it might be just 1 year.
Are you able to tell us, like, did it only happen during college? Or
Yeah,
is it like, okay, so it's only college years.
right.
Okay.
Sam is writing a novel over there.
She's like, Alex Surro has been working at this summer camp between the years of.
I'm like, degree of.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time,
Oh,
Alex
gosh.
Surro worked at these camps.
Still going.
Are you waiting? I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, reveal. 2018 to 2020, 2017. Okay, Sabrina was closer. I'm not giving her a point though. It was just
Okay.
2020, this last year.
Okay.
Because the year before that, I was an orientation leader. And the year before that, I worked at Stop and Shop.
I was like, maybe he did both.
I could never. That would be way too long. All right. That was a tricky one because I don't talk about it often, so don't worry. This is another one I don't talk about often. When I was in middle school, I used to play a sport, and I actually kind of liked the sport. I wasn't good at it, but I liked it. What was that sport?
Mm.
Do you want to do multiple choice?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
A, baseball. B, football. C, soccer. Or D, another sport. I ran out of
That's
options.
not multiple
You get
choice.
3 options.
So only those three?
Yeah.
Okay.
Soccer, football, or baseball.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, reveal. Soccer. Yay, 2 points for each of you.
Nice. I was about to
1
say, if
point.
Alex Surro was a football jock, my mind would have exploded.
I could have been a kicker, maybe. Okay. This one is very, very specific, so I'll give you choices with this. What chair did I sit in during the improv shows when I was in improv? And so it's either on the far stage right side. So remember,
I know
stage
it
right is the actor's point of view. So from the stage, if you're on the stage, I was on the right chair, I was in the left chair, the middle, or one from the middle, very close to the middle, but not in the direct middle.
I believe I remember. But we shall see.
Now I'm like second guessing it, but no, I definitely remember. Okay. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Far right, one from middle. It was the stage left, I believe.
Oh,
So if
Really?
you were on the stage, I was sitting on the far left. Because if you're an audience member, I was on the right, but
Okay.
stage left.
Right. Yeah, so if I'm looking at the stage, you're on the right side of me.
Yes.
Okay, so did I get that right?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. I was trying to be specific with stage left, which means the audience perspective. Like if
Yes,
I am.
first stage.
on-
Yeah, sorry. I should
Yeah.
have put
No.
that.
Don't be sorry, but yes. So you did get it right. Sam did not.
I
You're
was like,
fine.
he is somewhere in this area.
Right. And I sat next to Eric, and it made me very happy.
I remember.
Okay. How many casts, like arm casts, have I had to wear in my lifetime?
Oh, interesting.
Hmm.
I'll take a random guess.
So basically, how many times have I fallen on my arm?
How many times did you hurt your poor little arms?
Yeah.
Is it the same? Well, no, I won't ask.
Okay. Are you laughing?
All right, go
All
ahead.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, reveal. 4, 2, Sabrina got it ready.
I'm such a good guesser.
I guess so. Yeah, there's no way that either of you would know that, but I broke my arm in right before my senior year of high school. So that was fun. I had to spend my first day of senior year with a big arm cast on my right arm. And then when I was in first grade, I broke it when I fell down the slide. And then cute little Alex had to wear
Ah,
again on
baby
my right.
Alex had a baby cast.
Yeah. But I remember being excited for people to sign it. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
that's okay, because people will sign it.
That's adorable.
All right.
Yeah, when I play Kahoots in class, I am very good at guessing for
Mm.
Kahoots, so I usually do pretty well in Kahoots.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just a good guesser.
Yeah.
It's not that I actually know the answers sometimes. It's just that I don't know, me and guessing.
That's really funny. Last one. Which production in Hilltop did I work on the most recently that's not included what we've done now and doesn't include the ones that never got to see the stage? So RIP Love Star and 9 to 5. But like the last one that I was a stage manager for that I was a
That
part
you saw
of
to completion.
doesn't count this year or last semester. Yes. I got to see the stage and performed all 3 nights. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Sabrina got it right.
Spring Awakening, yeah.
I knew that was coming too. Don't worry about it, Sam. Do not worry at all. You're fine.
I couldn't, for some reason, remember if you were actually stage manager, but I was like, no, it's Alex Surro. He probably was. So
Yes. The only Hilltop show that I've done that I wasn't the stage manager for was my first show ever, which was Heather's in 2018. But yeah, so don't worry, Sam. Now you know. It doesn't matter either because it's life about me, so you don't need to know. But in case you needed a reminder, Sabrina did win that game.
I didn't need the reminder, but thank you.
I have been in Hilltop longer, and I have been in Framingham State longer, so I had an unfair advantage already going into it.
Very true. But I just wanted to see. I think it's fun. So,
yeah, I think that is fun.
Good. Sam, did you have a good time even though you didn't win?
I had a wonderful time. I'm gonna remember all of that, and I'm gonna wake up in a cold sweat in 20 years and just be like, "Spring Awakening was the last show."
Except that's not gonna be true because the 19th is gonna hopefully be performed, and yeah. But so that was that game. I hope that it wasn't too much about me because now we're gonna move on to a game that's brand new. It's called Evolution of Emotion. So all this game is giving Sam and Sabrina a chance, and I might butt in with my comments too, but a chance to reflect on what the Love Star was, because from when it started, even before auditions, kind of like preparing for auditions, to the end, at least part of the end of like when it did get canceled and they realized they weren't able to perform it. So we're just gonna start. I don't want to choose, so you're gonna have to choose, but someone start with their feelings towards auditioning for a show that you knew nothing about. The only thing that you knew was that I wrote it and that somehow you had enough trust in me to audition for this kind of show. So whoever wants to start, go for it.
Do you want to go first?
Go.
I'll go first. So the last time I auditioned for a straight play was my freshman year, Pride and Prejudice, and that was the only straight play I'd ever been in before. And so for this one, I was like, I'm excited to be in a straight play again, and I think it'll be a really fun experience. I remember as auditions went on, I started reading more and more for the same character, and I was like, huh, that's interesting. And it was Sophie, and I was really excited because I think that was the part that I wanted. So I think auditions were really fun because I felt really assured in my own skills as an actor, where it was like I do really like straight shows. I love musicals, but straight shows have been really fun the short amount of times I've done them. So I was like, I think I could really do something with this. So I was really happy to have been given that opportunity in the Love Star. And yeah, auditions made me feel really good.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. Sam, did you have the same experience or a different experience?
Mine was so different, and I never told anybody about it. I was so excited for the show, and the day of auditions, I had something happen where I almost didn't, which is crazy because like I had a bit of a rough point at that point in my life, and I was like, I can't take this on. Like I have so much distress about like the other thing that I was having a rough point with. Then I was like, you know what, like that it's not even going to be stress because I know I'm going to have fun. Like I know it's somewhere where I'm going to go there and it's going to take away everything else that's coming down on me. So then I went, I auditioned, and I finally it was the first time in months that I sort of took a deep breath, and I was finally back in my element and back being myself almost. And then I remember I got up and I acted with Sabrina, and I was like, okay, chemistry here, it's done. I knew right when we did it, I was like, chemistry, it's done. And then I would always look forward to rehearsal, because I had something that I knew that I would be able to go and be like, okay, well, I'm not going to be stressed out there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good. Thank you both. Auditions were strange for me because I was a part of many productions in the past, and I've always had a say in the casting, but obviously not the final say because that's up to the director. So given that opportunity, I prepared probably too much for auditions. I printed out so much. I highlighted. I did so much that I could prepare. I had my speech laid out for thank you for coming, so much of it. And then 22 people, I think, showed up, and I was like, I don't want this. I don't want 22 people.
Too many.
I was so grateful, but I had to cast it down to 8. You don't understand. That's so stressful for someone that does not like to make decisions.
Yeah.
And I just remember the only thing that was getting me through it was whatever happens, happens. And every show is again, at the time, I was pursuing the end goal and being able to perform it. So that being said, like, I just knew that whatever I was feeling in that moment was going to work out no matter what. To Sabrina's point about getting Sophie time and time again, I knew that after hearing Sabrina's audition, also knowing Sabrina as a person, that helps a little bit. And her experience, I know that she's a professional human being, like all those factors, I was like, I can see Sabrina being a good Sophie. And that's why I gave you the sides for it. And then part of it was like so much competition with the other roles, and also the fact that like I didn't want to like give you another side if I didn't really feel it. Like I didn't get a feeling for it. Like nothing against you acting, nothing against you as a person. Just I didn't get a feeling of you as Zoe or Mrs. Evermore. Like none of those kind of rang in my brain. It was just the Sophie. So I was like, of course she's gonna read as Sophie, and then you read as Sophie, and I could not stop smiling because those words are so like they're not complicated, they're not weird, they're just so unique, and Sophie is a unique character. Like I knew I needed to find someone that has that like spunk that Sophie has, and you just brought it. I don't know what you did, but you had it, Sabrina, and I could not contain my joy. I was just like jumping off the wall, like super excited that like there was someone out there that could portray my character that I wanted. So there's that. And then with Sam, I honestly did not expect you to be at auditions, I'll be honest, because we were friends, I would say. Like, we obviously were in Gatsby together, but you were still like a freshman. Like, I'm going to say that. We're like, most freshmen audition for their show in the fall, maybe, but maybe not come back. They have a lot going on. Clearly, I didn't know that you almost didn't go, but that's also a factor. Like, so much goes into auditions. So I was like, all right, like, Sam was great in Gatsby. I would love to see her, but obviously no worries if she's not. And then you showed up. I was like, ooh, interesting. And I didn't like think about a character, obviously, because I just had to let it happen. I had to watch your audition. And then I was like, Zoe, let's try it. So then we tried it. And like you said, with the chemistry was out of this world. It was like, how is this possible that like they've never seen these words before and they're acting like they've read them for years? Like, I don't know how it happened. Sam, you're like, delivery was far beyond anything I could ever expect. Not to say like everyone that auditioned for that show brought so much talent too. So if you're like feeling bad that like I didn't get to catch you, I'm sorry. Like I wish that I could catch you all. I really wish I did. And you all have unique talents. But at the end of the day, it's whoever fits the role, and Sam and Sabrina fit the role. So I'm very, very pleased with how that worked out. Okay, enough about me. So then I want to transition into like rehearsing, and we touched upon it, but like let's talk about the first rehearsal. Like, what were you nervous for the first rehearsal, or were you like ready to join, like ready to just get this process started?
Do you want to go first this time?
Sure. The first rehearsal, I was a little overwhelmed because I knew it was going to be a lot of lines.
Yeah.
And the last time I did a show that big was my senior year, and that was crazy. So I kind of knew that it was going to be a lot of work, but I knew it was going to be fun. So like it was sort of, it wasn't terrible. Like I was ready, and very excited because I had known the group going into it not too well because I was a freshman and yeah, but I knew everybody, like, and I feel like that first rehearsal, I got to know everybody so well, so quickly. So yeah, was my first impression of first rehearsal, I think.
Yeah, going after that, I was nervous. It was the first time that I'd ever been in like a lead role ever in any production. And I had done high school since high school. I had done shows as well. Always musicals for some reason. But first time I'd ever been in a lead role, and I was really excited about it. And I knew it was going to be a lot of lines, but I was really looking forward to it. And I remember, because it's like in the cast, I knew Betta and Sam Wason. I knew Betta the most. And Eric I knew sort of through Betta and Sam. So I knew some of the cast already, and obviously Sam Stefanski from Gatsby and Megan as well. So it was like knew of people, but then started to actually get to know them as it went on. And I liked that the cast was small. I liked that it was small because I felt like it made it easier to make those connections. Where like every rehearsal, it didn't feel like it was overwhelming. It just felt like it was a nice group of us kind of doing our own thing. So yeah.
I think I will say where if I was going to direct a show, I needed a small cast because I do not perform well with a bunch of people. Like you said, it's a little overwhelming, and especially if I'm in charge of them, I get very overwhelmed. So I needed a like intimate group of people, and I agree that the like kind of relationships formed right away. Like Sam was saying, like it didn't take very long for people to just be who they are, and that's what I love about people and the what makes us unique and interact with other people, and then it's just like a great family. Obviously, we have to bring up what were your feelings when you got that email of, or maybe it was an announcement, I don't know what happened, but when you got the news that the Love Star was ultimately canceled and we couldn't perform it like we anticipated.
I was devastated.
Yeah.
I will tell you now, for the show and for personal reasons, where at the time I had a little crush on the other character who played Austin, who's now my boyfriend. But at the time I was like, no, I really wanted to perform this with him. What? I'm so sad. And it worked out in the end. But I was also, for the show, I was really disappointed because, again, it was like my first lead role and the show was really fun and I really liked the cast and the prod staff. So I was like, yeah, I was really bummed out about it for a while.
Yeah, I was so upset. I did something. I remember I was texting, it was either Sabrina or I was texting Sam, or it was a group chat between someone. And what I do is like, I knew you were devastated, so I started to make this really stupid meme. Have you seen iCarly?
Yes.
You know what, when Miss Briggs goes into her room and it's all the Randy Jackson?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I put over Miss Briggs all of the Love Star cast loving Alex Surro, and then replaced every single picture of Randy Jackson with your face. And I was like, I'm going to send it to him. And they were like, maybe not, you're scary. And I remember that was my automatic, like, just to sort of, like, cope with it, was, like, just to send you something to make you laugh. But they were like, he probably needs time. And I'm like, you're right. So now it's somewhere in my photos. But I was devastated because at that point, like, that cast was so close.
Yeah.
That cast was... We were best friends, and then quarantine happened, and then isolation, but
yeah.
And
we did one Zoom. We did one Zoom on the performance date. I remember I reached out to all of you. I'm like, I am sad. This is when we would have been performing.
I am sad.
Let us meet up. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I always say that I'm not proud of myself often, but I'm proud of what I created in the sense, not even just the fact that it's my own play or whatever, just the family that we keep talking about that we created. With the cast members and the crew members too, where they came in to do their jobs. And I always said that I was thankful that those that didn't get casted were more than happy to be crew. And I was like eternally grateful for that because I wanted a big crew. I didn't want a big cast. So like there was a very good like family within that, but also our little like group of 8 and then me on the side. But like I'm very pleased with what we created. And of course it's not going to be performed, but I always say that what we made in the month and a half that we had was unforgettable, and I'm always grateful for it. Anyway, I want to still on the Love Star train. I want to continue to our last game, and I'm hoping it kind of brings a little humor and more like happiness because it was a good show, and it still is. So we're gonna play Line. I played this with Betta and Eric, and all it is my slideshow that I've created with some true or false, some fill in the blank lines, and I know that we might not know them, I'll know them. You two might not know them because you haven't seen this in a while, but we're going to try our best. So here we go. We're going to start this, and there's specific questions for specific characters, and we're just going to get into it. And it's collaborative, so whoever, talk to each other first. Round 1. Who said that? I could have lived without hearing that last fact.
Oh.
Yep.
That was Austin.
It was Austin. Interesting. Yeah. Sam, do you have a thought?
I'm going to go with Austin as well.
You're both wrong. It was Sophie.
Without hearing that last fact. I don't know why I can hear Sam saying it. Interesting.
Yeah, no, that was when Dylan talked about giraffes.
I could have
and he
lived
said,
without
like, the
hearing that
tongue was
last
flat.
fact. You're right. Now that makes sense.
I will say, I should have said this at the beginning. It's going to be between Sophie and Zoe.
Oh, okay.
All good. Why are there only 5 students at this school? I need to wait. I never really thought about that.
Oh, I know.
Love Sophie.
I'm gonna say Zoe.
Oh, there's a divide. Let's see. It was Zoe.
I friggin' said that.
I remember I was like, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, whatever she's saying.
You were
You're doing my
doodling. in
inner
your
monologue constantly.
Good. Now is not the time.
Sophie?
Sophie. If I'm wrong, okay.
Nice.
What's
Now
the
is not the
context of it?
time.
Do you remember?
Huh?
Do you remember the context of this line? When did you say it?
I don't think so.
It was the scene with the gym and Olivia and Austin were fighting, and then
Zoe was like, look, let's make up or something. And I was like, now is not the time. Or
Right.
like, it was something about the folder.
Yeah.
Like he
Right.
has a sticker or something on his folder.
Finding Nemo.
And I was like, now's not the time.
Yep.
Nemo.
There you go. Good. He is very forgetful.
It's me, Zoe.
I'll say Sophie.
Is Zoe.
Nice.
This was in the
Burp.
last scene when he was looking for his deck of cards, and then Sam goes like, "He is very forgetful," and then Sabrina's like, "That's what I like about him," or something
That's what I
easy
like
like that.
That's what I like.
Oh, that's what I look for in a man.
All
Has
right.
no thoughts, head empty.
On to round 2. True or false?
Okay.
Sophie is in more scenes than Zoe.
True.
False.
A little bit.
It is false. They're in the same amount of scenes.
Nice. I was like, trick question. This can't be right.
Nope. True or false? Zoe's first line of the play is directed at Sophie.
True.
True.
Did you know that? Okay. Yes. When talking with Zoe in Act 2, Mrs. Evermore doesn't notice Sophie until she speaks.
I feel
True?
like that's basic enough. I feel like true.
It's false. Zoe was doing her little, like, I don't know what I'm doing with life. And then Evermore does notice Sophie, but then says, like, 1 minute. Hold on.
Oh, right. Because this was therapy time.
Right.
Therapy.
With Dr. Evermore. Oh, she said Dr. Evermore. She's a doctor. Anyway. Zoe's last line of the play was, I am so proud of you.
False.
I remember saying that. I think I had others. If it's true, I'm leaving. I think it's false.
Good job.
Nice.
Don't leave. Yeah. That was tricky because you say it in the last scene, but not the last line. All right, last round. This is the hardest round.
Ooh.
All right, this is right before you list off your fears, and then just top 10, whatever comes to mind. Well, let's see. And I do have choices if you want them.
Yeah, I'll take choices.
Too many things to keep track of. Spiders and snakes are definitely up there. Spiders, no wait, snakes.
C.
Spiders and snakes.
Spiders. No, wait. Snakes. Spiders and snakes.
Yeah.
I remember that. Like top 10 or just one thing?
Every good deed, whether big or very small, is something that something deserves, whether short or very tall. Blank. I read it in a cereal box. Maybe you should.
I read it on the cereal box.
Where did you get that from?
Something
Why
about
did it sound like you were reciting something?
something about
What made you say that randomly? Great quote, Sophie.
B.
All right, hear me out, Dylan says. At one point, I did have feelings for Zoe. I thought she was cute and sweet. Well, thank you. But now I don't think that. Zoe's response.
Makes sense.
It's like
Somewhere
that.
it's like, that makes sense or something.
That
That
adds
sounds
up.
about
That sounds about right.
There you
That's what I
go.
thought. That's a realistic question.
or no, I think that's more realistic. Yeah.
That's more realistic. Poor Zoe.
Yeah, Zoe was probably the one that had the least amount of luck in this story. But
Yeah.
anyway.
It fit. I liked it. It humbled me.
It
Yeah.
humbled me.
All right, this is Act 2, Scene 2, which is when Jennifer and
I say
Dylan
nothing.
get together.
And then I just scribble like I said nothing.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Nothing.
The scene where everyone's like absolutely down in goldfish. That's whatever.
I love that scene because Ben and Eric did that so well. They would just actually balance it on their faces, and I was like, they're really selling it.
We talked about that in their episode too. That's so funny you mentioned. All right, this is blanks for both of you. So this is when, this is the therapy scene that we were just talking about with Dr. Evermore. And then Zoe says, no, he doesn't. He has already made his mind, Austin. He's made up his mind. It's very clear that we can't get married because I am his blank.
Best woman
at
his wedding.
Good.
Then why
And
did
then
he kiss you?
Sophie, then why did he kiss you? I think it was because that the woman in the dreams could be right in front of him. So then we got through that. But then was
Well, that's confusing. Or that's misleading. It's misleading.
I think we should just do the show. Like,
let's just recite it right now.
Well, surprise, I have the whole cast of the Love Star. Yeah, no.
Just do a read through.
So that was a little fun game. Did you guys like walking down memory lane a little bit?
Yeah, that was fun.
Good. All right, the last thing I have planned is a 3-2-1. And the 3-2-1 is just sharing 3 thankful thoughts, 2 today takeaways, and 1 ounce of optimism. And yes, I had to do alliteration for all 3 of those. And 3 thankful thoughts is just what you're grateful for at this point. It literally could be whatever is on your mind. 2 today takeaways, I always say, can be related to the podcast if you want it to be, or it can just be what you've done today and reflect on it. And then 1 ounce of optimism is like, huzzah, this is your positivity for today. So I like to alternate when I do it with 2 people. So Sabrina, if you want to start with 1 grateful thing, and then Sam does 1, and then Sabrina does her second one. You want to do it like that?
One thing I am grateful for is Hilltop in general, especially with its resilience during these times. So definitely that.
Good. Sam?
I look like a real poop because I'm not in Hilltop right now, but I'm thankful for still feeling like I'm in Hilltop when I'm not actively in one of the shows. It's definitely something that was absent in this year that I missed, but next year, there's always next year.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm grateful for, dear God, gosh. Warm weather. I can't think of anything else right now.
Okay.
Go to Sophie.
No, I liked it.
I just called you Sophie. Sabrina.
Oh my god.
All throughout the show too.
That's cute.
That's always so fun. Third thing, I am grateful for being able to meet Sam Wason through Love Star and then therefore eventually begin dating him. I suppose I'm grateful for him. As it has been quite a while.
I was hoping you'd say something about Sam because Sam said something about you and his thankful thoughts too.
Obviously. He's such a big simp. So
Yeah.
But it has been like 6 months now, so
Oh my god.
it's been a while. When I think about how long it's been, it's like, wow, time really goes by really fast.
Mm-hmm.
My heart is so full. You guys give me so much hope. Oh, lovely couple. I'm grateful for you guys as a couple. That's what I'm grateful for. Even though I haven't seen you very much, oh boy, do I want to.
Oh god, I love that I am now in SDA in Towers and I can see you once in a while.
Good. I'm Sam, that's so relatable though. I always say like I'm grateful for relationships I'm not in a relationship right now, but just anyone that's happy, I'm like, oh good.
Me neither.
Oh good.
So happy to see people are successfully doing it though. Not me, but good for you guys.
Someday we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Okay, today takeaways, something that you took away from today. Why don't we do one each? Just to avoid
just so we don't run out of time.
Yeah.
Takeaway that Hilltop is really good at making people feel like they're part of a community even when they're not actively participating in it because, like Sam said, I feel like people who may have not been in shows recently still feel like they're a part of all of it nonetheless. So I'm very thankful for Hilltop being able to create a community that's like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's my takeaway as well.
Great. Thank you.
My takeaway is how much I miss Hilltop and how much I miss everyone involved in the Love Star. And that's my takeaway. Once we all get vaccinated, we are going on the town with masks on.
Yes,
We're doing
I
it.
agree. I have my first dose. Get my first dose next Friday.
My second one's Monday, so we're getting there.
Nice.
Best of luck, both of you, with the side effects because I hear they're not fun.
I hear
I've
it's
had my
like
first
some
dose.
people are having a really bad time. Some people are just completely fine. So I think it just depends on the person. Yeah. So strange.
I say stay hydrated. I drink a lot of water beforehand. Okay, and then ounce of optimism. What I will that you drink after I said stay hydrated. So ounce of optimism. Anything you want to leave our viewers with to just make them happy?
I'm excited for the future. I'm excited for the future of Hilltop and for my own particular future. Now that everyone's getting vaccinated and everything's opening back up again and people are feeling a little more safe, I'm excited for what the future may hold.
Very well said. Sam?
Yeah, I would say as scary as this year has been, especially from like perspective of an RA and being on campus, as you guys know, like as scary as it has been, like literally things can only go up from here. So that's what's keeping me going, because nothing can be worse than this year, and not being able to see people and people getting sick. Definitely what's to come is what I'm excited for.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much, both of you. Like, this was so much fun, and like I'm so happy right now. So thank you both for taking the time in your afternoon, your busy lives. I appreciate you for all that you do, not just for me, but everyone else in this world. To my viewers, thank you for watching. This was the end of the Love Star month, unfortunately. I know that most of you, if you are watching this, you might have not heard of the Love Star before this month. So I hope that if you're at all interested in reading the script, it is available online. I put the link in the description below if you want to read that 90-page, 100-page, however long it is script. And maybe if you really want to hear it acted out, I could get my cast members to reunite and do it over Zoom. Maybe. We shall see. So yes, thank you for watching again. I do have a question of the day every single episode. So the question of the day today is, what was your favorite part of this month that we just encountered? So favorite guest, if you have someone that you really liked seeing, favorite moment, just something that you liked about this month, I would love to hear it in the comments. Follow me on Instagram at The Validating Podcast. I post whenever I want to because I have a schedule on my YouTube channel every Monday or Sunday or whatever. I cannot follow a schedule on Instagram because time is insane. But I post when I want to. So go follow it there for some fun little either videos that I create or posts that I found that make me smile. So just go over there if you want. And then I have a Gmail, thevalidatingpodcast@gmail.com. If you have questions that are like very specific and you want to be on this podcast, something like that, you can email me there. It's like a business email. I feel so official. And then again, thank you for watching. I appreciate your viewing. Sam, Sabrina, any last words for us before we end the call?
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you for being patient with in your text message, the 4 to 7 business days of getting back, because I'm absolute pudding. Thank you for understanding.
Of course.
Okay.
And I was very pleased. This process was not too difficult. Only one reschedule, and that was, yeah, you're fine. So thank you both. I really do love you all. So I said love you all. Love you both. I'm used to saying love you all, but yes, thank you. And yeah, that's all I have. So I will see you soon. I don't know when I'll be posting a new podcast, but very soon, I'm sure. And thank you, as always, for being who you are, and stay validating, whatever that means to you. Bye, everyone.